These antennas are not for the convenience of carrying a couple at a time. We'll talk about this tonight.
Hey guys, Tim Armwine here, long-haired ghost hunter, author of Ghost Hunting Getting Started and Haunted South Florida. Yeah, we had a great past weekend. We did our first private as a team. We did a business. We caught a lot of cool stuff, and we just had a blast doing it. The owners invited us to come back and do a longer investigation. So we're looking forward to that. So welcome, Ghost Hunting Getting Started, the series, episode 10. Now, if you're new here, welcome. Thank you. Once you guys meet Sammy, what happened? Yeah, I know. You went to watch college football at someone's house. Do I know what go long means? Yeah. Usually means two fools get around the keg too much and then decide to play football in the house. But who would ask you to go long? Oh, you were the football. Okay, well, sorry, man. All right. So this episode, now remember, we've gone through, finding investigations, conducting, reviewing evidence, a lot of techniques. Now we're going to start getting into the tools. Okay. And we're going to start with EMF meters, electromagnetic field meters. Okay. Now tonight we're going to cover two because one's very basic. But for now on, we're going to cover one at a time because we're going to delve into it. We're going to talk about what all the buttons mean, what the alerts mean, just the basic operation and their application. All right. So EMF meters. Now we got three rules to cover. Now we've covered them before, but we're going to go through it again. Okay. Rule 1, electromagnetic field meters. Now, rule 1, like K meter. This is a K2 meter. We'll talk about it. Your phones will drive it crazy. Okay. So a lot of people believe, and it's a good practice, during an investigation, put your phone in airplane mode or turn it off. But if you have to be accessible during an investigation, for family, job, things like that, just always remember where your phone is. If you're getting a lot of spikes on the K meter or other EMF meters, make sure your phone's not out. Okay. You may have to debunk yourself. Okay. Or debunk whoever's around you. Just make sure your phone is not around when the meters are out. Okay. You don't want to get any false readings. Okay. Rule 2. Okay. Any kind of tool, especially meters, never go by the first light up. And what I mean by that is, let's say with a K2 meter, you say something like, hey, is someone here? Can you light this up? If they light it up, oh, so you're here. Can you light it up again? Now, if they light it up again, you might have something going on. So then you can try a conversation. Did you live here? Were you part of the family? But always get the confirmation. Rule 3. Now, I always say if you want someone to play the game, teach them the rules. Because this is a REM pod. We're going to talk about it too. But I don't know many spirits who've seen a REM pod. So they don't know how to work it. So if you want them to play the game, teach them how to do it. When you turn it on, give them a visual instruction of how to activate it. Say, hey, listen, if you come, put your hands near the antenna. If you come near this, the lights will light up. Let us know you're here. Okay. Now, tool 1. This is a K2 meter. Now, this is not a ghost finder. Okay. A lot of people will market it like that. All it does is going to check. It's going to detect EMF changes. And what you're looking for is spikes. Okay. Now, a lot of people like these. They're very popular because they're inexpensive and they're easy to operate. Okay. It's a one-touch deal. Press the center button. This is a black one, so you won't see it, but it has like little arrows. Press it down and it's on. Okay. Battery, 9-volt battery. Unscrew the 2 screws, put in the back, you're ready to go. Okay. Now the K2 has 5 lights. Okay. goes from 1.5 milligauss below to 20 plus. 1.5 milligauss is normal for anything. So if you're using this and you get a spike, if you're asking questions, get a confirmation. Or if you get a spike, see what's around you. Now, you can use these for baseline readings. You walk around checking for EMF spikes. Now, if you get a spike, see if there's something around you, like AC handlers, breaker boxes, computer towers, computer routers, electric digital alarm clocks will set these things off too. And remember your phone. So if you get a spike and there's something around you that can explain it, make a note of it. Tell your team before the investigation starts. If you get a spike and nothing's around to explain it, keep a note of that too. All right. Now, like I said, these are very inexpensive, easy to operate. These could be part of your basic kit. Next, we're going to talk about the REM pod. Now, REM pod is radiating electromagnetism pod. Okay. So what it does is it's a one touch. It's a one slide actually too. For this one, this is a newer model. Underneath here, you'll see something that says REM on off. It's a slide button. Okay. You slide it, you turn it on. Okay. There's another button on this model, ATDD, ambient temperature deviation detection. So what's doing is checking temperature breaks too. 9-volt battery, just slip it in there. When this device is getting a little like it's just going off real quick for no reason, like the tones are just rapid, that could be the battery is dying. Okay. So remember, always check your batteries before an investigation. That way you go in with fresh batteries. All right. So the REM pod, what it does is you are going to pull up this antenna. Now, what this does, the antenna makes a 360-degree area. Okay. It can go out to 5 to 6 inches max. Okay. What happens and since it has its own little field now, it can detect EMF changes coming in, going out. All right. So pull up the antenna. And remember I told you, teach them. Pull up the antenna, turn it on, and go, listen, if you come near this, it'll light up. It'll listen to you here. Now, there's a series of lights on top, 4 lights. Now, if these lights go off, it means 2 things. It could be direction of the EMF break in or out, or if they're all starting to go off, that tells you the intensity of the EMF change. Okay? See? Okay. There's a red light in the middle. Now, the red light is if it's solid and nothing's happening, that means it's at 0 baseline, nothing's happening. Okay. If this light starts going off, the red light, and there's an audible, that could either be that there's starting to be an EMF change. Okay. Because remember, it's just one. It's not all of them going off for intensity. Or it could be a temperature change. Now, if it's a temperature change, there's a little clear button right here. So that will either go red or blue. Now, if it goes red, that means what it's sensing is a temperature increase. If it goes blue, that means there's a temperature decrease. And then the audible you're hearing will be solid, but if it's a temperature increase, the audible tone will go up. If there's a temperature decrease, the audible tone will go down. All right. Just turn this off for a minute. Now there are 3 black buttons here. Okay. The one closest to the green light says REM 0. which means that if this thing's going ballistic and you just want to reset it and start from scratch, hit this button, it'll start from 0. Okay. The middle button's important. It's like the range. Remember I said 5 to 6 inches from around. Okay. Every time you press this button, it increases the sensitivity 20%. It goes 4 times maximum. So if you want to get the field a little wider, press this button. This button closer to the purple light is 0 for temperature. So if temperature, like if you're in an area where might be an AC vent or something, and there's a reason causing it, you can move it and start over at 0 for the temperature. Right. Now, for this application for the REM pod is during the investigation. You put it down. Now, if you have a few on the team, it's always a good practice to maybe lay 1 or 2 of these in areas where no one is, because what happens is if it starts going off and no one's there, that might mean the activity's shifting. So you can shift the team, shift equipment, or just go there and start asking some questions. This is also good for the conversation piece. It's like, if you're here, can you light this up? Oh, good, you're here. Then you can ask questions like you do for the K meter. Right? So I started with these 2 because these 2 are what people usually carry, to do baselines and for investigations where you can put throughout the whole area. If you have enough of them. Remember, you don't have to start with a REM pod. K meter is good enough. Remember, big rule. Don't mortgage the house. Just build up. All right. So that's your first 2 tools. So like I said, we're gonna continue with the EMF meters, except for now we're gonna do 1 at a time. Right. So as you guys know, I am a retired medic and safety's real big for me. So we're gonna have our first aid tip of the week.
All right, let's close her up. Relax. Let's catch up. Can I get some fries? Oh yeah, by the way, here's your first aid tip of the week.
I know, I gotta make a new one. Now, last week we started getting into the medical emergencies. We talked about heat emergencies because it's still hot out there. Okay. This week we're going to talk about blood sugar emergencies. Now, there's 2 types. 1, I hope you never see, and 2, you may encounter, and there's a reason for it. So let's talk about the first one, hyperglycemic. Hyperglycemic is high blood sugar. Okay. The person may be, thirsty, dry mouth, abdominal pain, nausea, vomiting. They may have said, oh boy, I've been peeing a lot today. Okay. The big clue for hyperglycemic is when you smell their breath, it's very fruity. It's very distinct, very fruity. That is a true emergency. Okay. Call rescue. Because they're going to need insulin, they're going to need to be in the hospital, or you have their blood sugar checked where they get it back to a good balance. Okay. Remember, what we talk about here is basic first aid. Don't get in the weeds on this. Okay. Don't try something you've seen on TV. Okay. Basic first aid. Now, the second type is hypoglycemic, low blood sugar. Now, you may encounter this because, you may have a team member who worked all day and they just forgot to eat. They didn't have time to eat. So they show up the investigation. Now they're going to, say they're tired, dizzy. They may have a headache. They may be a little more cranky than usual. Maybe pale, sweating. Okay. That may be low blood sugar. Okay. Now, you can do a few things. And if they improve, that's great. Just watch them. Okay. If they're alert enough, remember, you don't want to give someone fluids and you think they're going to choke on it. If they're alert enough, say, what happened today? They might say, I didn't get a chance to eat. You can ask them that. Did you eat today? If not, say, hey, go grab a snack, grab a regular soda or a fruit drink. Okay. If they improve with that, that's great. Just watch them. If they're a little more, woozy, or maybe you want to see if it works quicker. I carry sugar packets with me. And what I'll do is I'll take sugar and I'll put it under their tongue. And what that does is now the sugar is going to get in the bloodstream a lot quicker than it will through the digestive tract. So you may see the results quicker. Now, if they don't improve, call rescue, because now this tired person can have seizures, lose consciousness. It can always go downhill. So if they don't improve, call rescue. All right. So that's your first aid tip of the week. I hope you never need it, but if you do, you got it. Okay. Now, if you guys have noticed, I've kept up the banner with all my information the whole time because there's a lot of information there and I want people to be able to reach me. Haunted South Florida, like I said, we had a great private. We're out rocking it. So if you guys are in the South Florida area and you think you have activity, reach out to us, hauntedSouthFlorida@gmail.com or call my number. Okay. Announcements. Okay. September 24th. Okay. We are going to be at the New River Inn. We're going to be doing a Learn It, Do It paranormal class. Okay. And then we break right into investigation. We teach for like an hour about, how doing investigations, talk about the tools. And then with the investigation, you're the investigator. So you're going to be, asking the questions, playing with the equipment. Okay. Now, if you guys are interested in that, go to hauntedSouthFlorida.org. We're going to have the link up in a day or two, or call History Fort Lauderdale direct. Or, like anything else, just call me if you're interested. I'll get you the information. Okay. Now, the difference with this now is that you're going to be working with the Haunted South Florida team. Okay. The bulk of the proceeds are going to stay at the location. But now, part of the proceeds will go to a local charity. Okay. So if you want to help, History Fort Lauderdale, the museum, and a local charity, come on out. We have a good time. We catch a lot of really cool stuff. We can also work out like private stuff or corporate stuff, parties, anniversaries, things like that. So get in touch with me. Okay. Now the big announcement is October 30th, the day before Halloween. It's a Sunday, so it's gonna be a special Sunday edition. We're going to be there all day, have a table, have all the toys out. We'll be talking about ghosts, your experiences. I'll be doing some teaching. So if you want to come out for that, it's a farmer's market for the History of Fort Lauderdale. So there'll be candy at the tents. So if you want to bring the kids out, do a little trick-or-treating and talk about ghosts, come on out. But that night, 7 to 10, we're going to be doing another investigation. All right. And like I said, part of the proceeds for that will be going to Autism Society of Florida. So we're real excited about that. All right. Now, the first Saturday of every month, starting October, I'll be down at the Gold Coast Railroad Museum during the day. I'll have all the equipment there. We'll have it out. We'll be talking about the equipment, any questions you have, share your experiences. I always love hearing experiences from people. But I'll be here all day. Team will be around. It's actually Gold Coast Railroad Museum. It's their first Saturday free admission. So it's a pretty, come out and check out the trains. It's an actual train museum. Okay. So look forward to seeing you guys there. If you have any questions, remember you can call me, get a hold of me. If you have questions about investigations, tools, and anything like that, reach out to, longhairdghosthunter@gmail.com. I always look at that email, or just call me. All right. So we're real excited about the team, and we're just excited everything is going so well. What? You coming out? We're going out this weekend. Are you going with us? No. You're going to watch football. No. You're going to stay home and watch the Hallmark Channel. Okay, man. That's cool. If you want to come out, man. So listen, you guys, if you're out there investigating, just be safe, be careful. And remember, always run an honest investigation. The client appreciates it, even if you don't get anything. All right. So we will see you guys next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Have a great week and contact me if you need anything. Thanks.